Hey everybody, I missed you guys. We are back, there we go, on a completely different day than we normally are with a completely different type of video. Now, back, I don't know, months ago or something, we did a video about what we knew about the second season of Chucky. And at the time, we only pretty much knew that it was happening, right? And that Don Mancini, who's the creator, was working on the script for the first episode. We kind of assumed who was coming back because we know who's alive and who's not, except we don't, because we don't know if Kyle's alive. So scratch that last. Anyway, we had no idea when it was going to release. We didn't really know when the filming was going to start. We didn't know anything like that. And now we know a little bit more. We don't know a ton more like about exactly when it's going to release, but I'm just going to assume, even though assuming makes an ass out of you and me. I make an ass out of myself all the time, so I'm pretty okay with that. I'm going to assume it's going to be around Halloween time, which is the exact same time it came out last year. But we do have a little bit more information about like certain things that happened and how Mancini planned certain things. I also have some theories myself, so we're going to go into that a little bit. So I think we all assumed and knew that Jennifer Tilly was coming back. Right? I assumed that. I don't know. Well, last week she finally did she closed the deal to return. So that was really good. She also did confirm to someone else under her Instagram photo, one of her photos, someone had asked her when the second season was due to come out because they really enjoyed the first. And she said that they start filming next month, which is now this month. This is April 1st, by the way. This is being recorded on April 1st. And so, yeah, they are going to begin filming this month in April. They're going to film it again where they filmed it last year, which is in Canada. I believe in Toronto. I believe that was where it was. I know it was Canada. We'll just go with that. And so she is fairly certain that it is going to have a fall release as well. So we do know filming starts this month, so we can look for that on people. I don't know if you follow the cast on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that, but they are actually really good about kind of just like posting what they're doing. I mean, not spoiler-esque, of course, but like posting that they're together, or they're filming this and this and that. So as we start getting that, which we probably will in the next few weeks when the filming starts, I will maybe make another one of these videos. Also, side note, sorry this is late. I have had a very strange, different type of work schedule this week, and it's been nice in the sense that I don't have to wake up as early as I would normally with my normal schedule. So that's been really dope. The thing that's sucked is that the schedule is so different that I have had less time in the evenings to do things like this. So that's how come this is kind of late, this video. And this is also how come it's a different type of video. Instead of watching something and reacting to it, I'm just doing an informational video this week. Next week, we'll get back to our normal schedule, and I don't think it should have to be interrupted anymore, which will be kind of nice. Not in the near future anyway. So there's also that. Also, on other pages on Instagram, I found information about spoiler alert for season 1 of Chucky. I think it's the last episode. Spoiler, if you have not seen the last episode of Chucky season 1, episode 8, skip ahead. We find out in that episode, again, that Tiffany was responsible for Chucky's death in the sense that she is the one who did call the police on him the day he was killed. Now, one of the pages that I follow on Instagram, I'm going to post what they found, the article that they found, and post the name of the Instagram account in the comments. Because again, I don't know where they got it from, but I got it from them. So that's why I'm doing it that way. I'm crediting them because that's where I got the info from about how that was planned, how long Don Mancini had planned to do that for, and the reasons why. as a matter of fact, since we are already 5 minutes into this video and I have not shut up for an entire 5 whole minutes, I'm just going to plug that article in right meow. So yeah, I hope you had time to read that. So there was comments then too underneath it about how people really don't think it made any sense because of the fact that Tiffany didn't know where Chucky was going that night, because if you remember in the show, she asked him, "Where are you going?" And he said, "Oh, I'm going out. Don't wait up, Red." I think she knew. I don't think that she didn't know where he was going. I don't believe that she didn't know what was going on, because I believe that was when he was having, like, in Curse of Chucky, which is also mentioned in the article if you read that. Okay, and this information is from a page on Instagram. It's called Chucky02021 or something like that. Yeah. I'm going to get that correct. Just give me 1 second. That was it, Chucky02021. I'm not sure where they got it from, but I got it from them. So it's Chucky02021 on Instagram. I'm sure they're on other social medias as well, but they are on Instagram as Chucky02021. And I know I keep repeating it, but I just want everyone to know where it came from. It's like when you listen to those commercials on, like, the radio and they say the phone number like 3,000 times. Do you know I still forget what the phone number was, even though they say it 3,000 times? I'm just going to assume that's what's going to be happening here as well. So I'm just going to repeat it over and over again. I'm not going to do it again. Everybody's like sitting there waiting, like, is she going to say it again? Chucky02021. Okay, we're done. We're really done. We're done. Yeah, I'm on a sugar high. Fanta. That's our drink of choice today, because it is early in the afternoon, so wine would not be appropriate. Anyway, I believe that Tiffany was indeed aware of what Chucky was up to. I think she knew about the Sarah thing. I doubt that, I don't think she was supposed to know, and I don't think it's something that he told her. But I think she knew. I don't believe that she was completely oblivious to all of this. I have hair on my lip. Okay, good now. Yeah, I think she had an idea. I don't know if I think she was ever necessarily following him, but I am confident she knew a little bit more than people are giving her credit for. Now, with that said, when she called the police on him, I may have mentioned this in another video of mine, I strongly believe that she did not necessarily want him to get killed at the time. I think she thought he was going to sit his ass in jail, and then she'd be like, ha, serves you right, asshole, kind of a deal. You know what I mean? Which then, after his death is probably when she gets the tattoo, because if you also noticed in the show, the character, the flashback, the young Tiffany does not have the heart tattoo with that says Chucky, like she does in Bride of Chucky, and then on all the dolls that she's possessed in the meantime. So I'm assuming that she didn't know how it was going to all turn out. It turned out that way. And I'm thinking we're going to see in this next season, here's where some of my theories come in. We're going to see that she probably was very distraught after what happened. I also kind of hope that they're going to talk more about Eddie Caputo. And you have to be someone who's like super into the movie series too to know who this is, because this character, other than being brought up in episode 4 of this show in the flashbacks, was only in the first movie, and very briefly, a couple of scenes only. So Eddie Caputo was the accomplice to Charles Lee Ray. I want to say the best friend, right? Because now we find out in the television series, they were friends since childhood. And he's the man who abandoned him in the very first film, in the first 10 minutes there, when he was running through the streets trying to run from Officer Norris. He's the guy that took off. And then later, Chucky blows him up in the first film. Also, spoiler alert, but I'm thinking that if you're watching this video, it's because you've watched the show. And if you've watched the show, you probably kind of know what happened in the first film because you've probably seen it, right? I don't know. Anyway, though, I hope that they go a little bit more into him and have... So, because in this show, the flashbacks, though they show Charles Lee Ray as a young child, in his adult life before his murder, they pretty much only showed his relationship with Tiffany. They didn't show much else other than that. So I'm hoping that, we'll go back and we'll kind of see what kind of crap him and Eddie Caputo were involved in together. And then we'll have someone play Eddie Caputo. I don't know. I wonder who they would pick to do that, though. I'm sitting here trying to think of different people, but they might hire a Canadian actor to do that if they do it, which would make sense. So there's that. Okay. Now, over the course of the past few months, I've been thinking very, very diligently about the whole Nika situation. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Holy cow. Poor thing. In case you guys are, forgot, here's where Nika was last time. Yeah. That's what was going on. Yeah. Okay. So Don Mancini had mentioned back a couple of months ago as well that he has a lot more plans for the Nika character, and I just can't imagine how that's possible if she's indeed arm and legless now. It's really not okay. I have a theory that considering she has been, Tiffany's drugging her too. She was injecting her with something to knock her out. I'm not sure what, but okay, whatever. Not only that, but we also saw her hit her in the head at one point with a frying pan to knock her out. I think, to keep Chucky from, trying anyway, to keep Chucky from coming back in and out, which whatever. Wasn't working quite clearly, right? So, I don't know. I'm thinking that because she's been hit in the head so many goddamn times and been shot up with I don't know what to keep knocking her out, that is kind of just her brain is just kind of not necessarily functioning properly. So she's beginning to dream this stuff up, right? I don't know. And maybe that was a nightmare that she had. Because also, if you notice, it looks like they're in some really weird place. Now, they obviously can't be at the Ray family home because they blew it up. Well, Tiffany blew it up. So obviously they can't be there. So I understand that. But also, would they be back at that hotel that they were at in the beginning of the, when we first see them in episode 5? I don't know. But it was just where could they possibly be where she'd be able to surgically remove Nika's limbs without killing her, without her bleeding to death, right? That stuff, you have to be a surgeon to do that. There's no way that Tiffany could have figured out how to do that safely and keeping Nika alive, right? There has to be, and if there's a lot of plans for the character, I cannot imagine. I just can't imagine that she's arm and legless, guys. So that is just some of what we know, what we think. Also, guys, I'm still not on the show. But that's because my ass chickened out and never wrote to or sent a video to the production company. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, anyway, I would, of course, like to do that. I'm sure there will be a 3rd season. And I know that at one point it was rumored that regardless of the show, there's also going to be other movies as well. So I still have a chance, and I am still going to figure out some way, some shape, and some form to find a way to be in the series at some point. If anybody from the production company is watching this, HMU, hit me up. I have ideas too. Because believe it or not, even though I can't actually write, I come up with some really good ideas too. and I act. So there we go. I could be a double threat, you know. I can't sing though, so don't ask me to do that. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. No. And yeah, so anyway, that is kind of all we really have right now as far as information for the season 2. I am assuming that like within the next 2 weeks, there's going to be all kinds of information. There's going to be all kinds of photos, all kinds of interviews, all kinds of, because they're going to start filming. So I'm probably going to have to make another one of these very soon, which is fine. However, next Wednesday, we're going to get back to the Wednesday schedule again next week. And so next Wednesday is going to be, I think, Squid Game. We're going to do episode 3 of Squid Game. And because I believe there's 8 episodes of that too. So we'll be on number 3. And yeah, then we'll get back to our schedule. We'll do movies. Of course, we're still in the Jason, but we'll finish those too. But we'll do other things in between, of course. I don't want people to get bored. So I'm trying to figure out how to schedule things and things like that. We did a non-horror film back a couple of weeks ago. It was called Heavenly Kid, and that was really cool. So I'm going to try to find movies like that that are not horror, but are still really entertaining to react to. So we're going to be, so look for that. Not just in the next few weeks, but maybe over the course of forever. We'll be doing things like that. That would be nice. But anyway, it is Friday. Have an amazing weekend. If you are someone who works weekends, that's okay too. Just make it a great weekend anyway. And I will see all of you guys on Wednesday in 5 days for Squid Game episode 3. Peace.